Hi there, and welcome to Module 1. What's an executive virtual assistant? If you've ever heard the term EVA thrown around and wondered what exactly that means, you are in the right place, alright? So, by the end of this video, you will understand not just what an executive virtual assistant is, but what also makes this role so valuable to busy professionals and business owners today. All right, so let's dive in. Now, let's start with the basics. An executive virtual assistant is a highly skilled professional who provide executive level support, but virtually, online, remotely. They work from home. Think of what an executive assistant does in an office, like managing calendars, handling emails, coordinating meetings, preparing reports, and just basically keeping the executive's life organized and running smoothly. Now, imagine doing all of that online, remotely, from home, using tools like email, project management tools, and cloud storage tools. That's what an EVA does. But here is the thing, an EVA operates on a more higher and strategic level. They work directly with the CEOs, they work hand in hand with founders and high professionals, managing priorities, filtering decisions, and sometimes even representing these executives in communications. All right, so in short, they are not just assistants, they are partners in productivity. They work hand in hand. The difference between a VA and an EVA. You might be wondering what's the difference between a virtual assistant and an executive virtual assistant. So a VA also handles general tasks like data entry, social media posting, or basic admin, while an EVA, on the other hand, handles strategic executive level responsibilities like managing complex calendars and travel schedules, drafting important correspondence, preparing executive reports or presentations, and communicating with clients or investors on behalf of the executive. So, and if you don't just get things done, they don't just get tasks done, they protect time, they improve efficiency, they help the executive focus on what truly matters. They work behind the scene. Who EVAs work with? EVAs typically support CEOs, founders, directors, and high-level managers, people who are often juggling too much. Their role is to make sure these leaders can operate at their best. So the EVA becomes the calm in the chaos, organizing, anticipating needs, and helping decisions move forward faster. That's their role. Key skills of a great EVA. To really excel in this role, you need a mix of technical skills and soft skills. Alright? And here are a few examples. So the first one is organization and time management. The other one, keeping track of it. When you want to remind the executive of any meeting or anybody, any clients waiting for him or her, right? The next is communication. Keep it clear, professional, and proactive. Alright? Confidentiality. You will handle sensitive information. So keep it hush. Don't talk too much. The next is tech savviness. Familiarity with tools like Google Workspace, MS Suite, Notion, MailChimp, so many tools. The next is critical thinking. Knowing when to act, and how to solve problems before they happen. Being proactive. Don't wait for problems to happen before you start running around. Okay? So being an EVA is less about doing tasks, but more of thinking like an executive, thinking like a CEO, even if you work behind the scene, think like an executive. Why the role matters. So why is the EVA role becoming so popular? This is because today's leaders, they need more than just support. They need strategy. They need someone who can understand their goal. Someone who can understand their next move. Okay. Someone who make things run seamlessly behind the scene. Having told what to do. Even if the CEO is not there, Even if your executive is not there, everything runs perfectly. All right. So an EVA provides that level of stability and excellence without being tied to an office. All right. You are the CEO's right hand man. To sum it up, an executive virtual assistant is the right hand of high performing professionals like CEOs, business owners, founders. Okay. So they blend admin skills with leadership instincts. They think like leaders. And they are an essential part of how modern executives work efficiently. Yeah, they use modern day tools to work. All right. So if you find this video helpful, hit the subscribe button, like, share, so that we'll keep building your career as a top tier executive virtual assistant. All right. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye.